So now we're going to explore the history and production of gin. The origins of gin can be traced back as far as the 12th century, where alchemists and monks in Italy were experimenting with techniques of distillation. Distillation itself had come across from the Middle East, where it was predominantly used to create perfume. This distilled alcohol was a powerful medicine that was used to cure different health problems. Most medicines at the time were prepared from various herbs and other plants. Among those, juniper was highly regarded for its medicinal properties. For example, juniper is a diuretic and light antiseptic, to name but a few benefits. It was also used to mask strong and distasteful flavours from poorly made, low-quality alcohols, therefore making it somewhat easier to drink when distilled using juniper. When juniper-flavoured alcohol arrived in the lowlands, what we today call Holland, other herbs and spices were added and distilled with the spirit blended with malt wine. This was called Genever, after the French word for juniper. Today's Genever is more akin to a light whisky, with juniper and other spices aroma. In 1618, at the start of the 30-Year War, Dutch soldiers would give their English mercenary allies a shot of Genever before going into battle to settle the nerves. That's where the term Dutch courage originates from. As a result, the English soldiers got a taste for juniper and legally and illegally started to import the liquid into England. William of Orange's actions helped create the famous gin craze of the mid-1700s. Although it was called gin, it would be unrecognisable today due to the poor quality and techniques used to make it. Grain so poor it wouldn't be used to animal feed was distilled into spirit, and turpentine used to flavour the product. Fast forward to today, and gin is classified as a clear, unaged alcohol redistilled with a selection of natural flavourings known as botanicals, with juniper the predominant flavour and a minimum ABV of 37.5%. It wasn't until 2008 when a group of gin master distillers, Desmond Payne of Beefeater being one, sought to classify gin, as many were using terms for their gin that were not entirely true. And so, as once assessed by European law, the three gin categories identified are gin or compound gin. This is gin at its simplest form, by using grain-neutral spirit that does not need to be redistilled and can be flavoured with natural or artificial flavourings, and these can be simply cold compounded, meaning simply to be mixed and have flavour infused into the grain-neutral spirit. There is no restriction on colourings or sweeteners. Distilled gin must be made in a traditional still by redistilling neutral alcohol in the presence of natural flavourings, but no minimum strength for the resulting distillate. Additional flavourings and sweeteners may be added after distillation, and these can be natural or artificial. Colourings may be used. London dry gin can be made anywhere from Mumbai to Mullingar, but must be made in a traditional still by redistilling ethyl alcohol in the presence of all natural flavour. All flavourings must be natural and must impart flavour during the distillation process. No artificial flavourings are permitted. No flavourings can be added after this distillation. No colouring is allowed, and after distillation, the only additions are water to dilute the bottling strength and more neutral grain spirit. This is often used if the distillation flavour is too concentrated.